Recording started.
All right, let's talk about parabolas today. You've probably seen parabolas in some of your other math classes, but we're going to talk about them as a conic section this time. So first, let's maybe sketch out a little parabola for us. There's just a goofy little parabola. Probably everybody knows that the bottom part right here is the vertex. And change that. Let me change that right now. Okay, that's the vertex right down there. The parabola is really defined as a conic section as all the points equidistant from a point and a line. Well, that point would be somewhere out here, and that's called the focus. And then, of course, the line would be something called the directrix, which runs along here. Okay. We're also going to be defining a couple of other numbers, so you'll know the vertex is going to be at the point HK. The distance from the vertex out to the focus, this distance right here, right there, that's going to be known as by the letter P. Okay, so now that we've got some an ugly picture, but a picture of what it's going to be, let's take a look at the actual equation. Here's the equation. This is a parabola that is centered at, as a vertex at HK. The directrix is the line y equals k minus p. Remember, that's going to be a horizontal line. The focus is, of course, h equals k plus p. If p is positive, it opens up. It'll be a parabola that opens up like that, smiley face. If it's negative, it'll be a parabola that points down like a little frown. Okay? So let's look at an example. So here we go. We've got an example. 16y equals x squared. We're supposed to find the focus, or the vertex focus and directrix. What I'd like to do is I'd like to get it in our format. Remember, our format would be, in our case, it's going to be x minus h, all things squared, equals 4p times y minus k. For us, okay, let's rewrite this in a different order. Let's put the x squared on the right-hand side and the 16y on the left-hand side. Well, no, let's do it backwards. Let's put the x squared on the left. We'll have x squared equals 16y. Now, I can kind of make it look that way. I'm going to say it's x minus 0 squared equals, and I'll rewrite the 16 to be 4 times 4 times y minus 0. That way, we know the vertex. The vertex is at the point 0, 0. Okay. To get the focus, we're just going to add the p value. And remember, we already said, here it is. Here's the p value right there. That's our p value. So the focus will be 0, 0 plus 4, right? Plus p. So it's really going to be 0, 4. There's our focus. And our directrix is a line. And it's going to be in the format y equals k minus p, right? Okay. So for us, it's going to be y equals 0 minus 4. Use a 4, so it'll be y equals negative 4. That, I'm not sure how is doing that. Here. We'll just say, get rid of that. And if I can write, I can. So we'll say, oops, I want to do that. Get back to the pen. There we go. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Y equals -4. And that is our direct rays. So we have the focus, the vertex, and the director. That's if it opens up or down. Now imagine that it doesn't. It could open to the left or to the right. So if it opens to the left or the right, it's going to look like this. It's going to have the Y first. The Y will be squared if it opens left or right. But again, essentially the same thing. The vertex is HK. This time the directrix is going to be a vertical line, so it'll be in the format x equals h minus p. And the focus again will be to the left and to the right. So the focus will be h plus p comma k. And again, if p is positive, it opens right. If p is negative, it opens left. So if it's positive, rough sketches, and if it's negative, it opens to the right. Okay? So let's take a look at a problem. So there we go. I have this parabola. X equals -1/8 y plus 3 squared plus 2. First of all, I want to get it in the right format. So the format that I want it to be in is going to be y minus k squared equals 4p times x minus h. That's the format I want it to be in. So the first thing I'm going to do here, well, how about the first thing I do is subtract 2 from both sides. So x minus 2 is equal to -1/8 times y plus 3 parentheses squared. The next thing I will do is how about I multiply both sides by, well, how about I multiply both sides by -8. When I multiply by -8 on the right-hand side, those 8's will cancel out. So what I'm going to have left is -8 times x minus 2 equals y plus 3 squared. Now let me do this. Let me just rewrite that slightly with the y minus 3 or y plus 3 squared on the left-hand side, so it looks like our format. Y plus 3 squared equals -8 times x minus 2. I'll rewrite the -8 so it's a 4. So I'll say y, and how about this? Here's a little trick too. I'm going to say y minus a minus 3 squared is equal to 4 times -2 times x minus 2. A couple of things there. One thing is I wrote minus a minus here, so you could see that the k value there is going to be a -3. And h value is just going to be a +2. So when I write all this out, let's see. I'm going to see the vertex first. So the vertex is going to be the point 2, -3, right? I put the x first. The focus, well, the focus is going to be 2 plus a negative, there has the p value. So we're going to say the focus is 2 plus a -2, that's my p value, comma -3. So I've got 2 plus negative 2, that's 0, comma, negative 3. And the directrix to the line x equals 2 minus p, and p is a minus 2. So it's going to be x equals 2 plus 2, or the line x equals 4. There we go. There's our directory. There's our focus. And there's our vertex. And again, this P is negative. That one's going to open out to the left. All right, let's do one more example for parabolas, and then we'll stop. This time, instead of being given the parabola, I will be told some information, and I want to write the equation of the parabola. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of look at this and see what they're telling me. The focus is at 3, negative 4, and the directrix is the line y equals 2. So I am going to just roughly, I'm not looking for a perfect graph. And this gets us down. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the focus, is somewhere down here, 3, negative 4. The directrix is a line up here, 1, 2. So it's a horizontal line through 2 on the y-axis. So it's this nice line right here. What I'm looking for is I'm looking at this line that connects the vertex and the directrix. Okay. That line, well, the length of that little line segment, is 6. Well, P will equal half of that. So P is a 3, which means our vertex has got to be either 3 up from the focus or 3 down from the directrix, which would put it right about here. And that point is 3, negative 1. Okay. So our P value is, well, since it's pointing down, it's going to be negative 3. So if I sketch this out for us, it would look something like this, right? Just roughly. But the important part to remember is that I now know what our vertex is, that's 3, negative 1, and I know what the P value is, that's negative 3. So let's write out the equation. My equation, since it's pointed down, right? My equation should be roughly in this format. X minus h squared equals 4 times P times y minus k. But we know the vertex, and we already found the vertex. The vertex is 3, negative 1. That was our vertex. So this is h, and this is k. And we also know that P is a negative 3. So let's see what we can do here. We'll write this out to be x minus 3 squared equals 4 times negative 3 times y minus a minus 1. See what I can do with that. How about I write it out this way? X minus 3 squared equals negative 12 times y plus 1. Okay? There, I've done it. I've written it out in the right format. So here is our parabola, equation of the parabola that satisfies the given information of the focus and the direction. All right. Stop there.